morning, everybody, and welcome to the vlog. I have a clutch I'm going to cut really quick, but it only has one egg. We actually have another clutch that we're going to cut that has like 8 eggs later in the vlog, but this is kind of cool because we're going to see how lucky my odds are right now. This was actually a het caramel albino bred to a spider het caramel albino. So the odds are that 1 in 4 could potentially be caramel, 1 in 6 could potentially be a caramel spider, and I've got 1 egg. That's it. There was only 1 fertile egg in this clutch. So what do you say we just jump into this and see where my odds are? Here we go. What are we gonna have? What if it's just like a normal? This will be really anticlimactic, that's for sure. Oh my gosh. We have a caramel. I thought it was a caramel spider first, but it actually is just a caramel, which is still awesome. I mean, caramel albino. So there was a 1 in 4 odds that I would hit a caramel albino with 1 egg. I hit the caramel albino. There for 1 second I was like, did I hit a 1 in 6 odd with 1 egg? But nevertheless, definitely got 1 beautiful caramel albino here. So that's going to conclude egg cutting now, but we're going to come back later in the vlog and we're going to cut this other 8 egg clutch, and hopefully the odds gods will still be in our favor. It's been a minute since we collected a Kluber clutch. We've been collecting a handful here and there. Haven't really filmed a whole lot, but this particular one is a Blizzard Sunkissed corn, and looks like she's got 1 egg caught in her. We'll look at that in a second, but this girl actually laid about a 50% fertile clutch the first time, so we'll see what kind of egg she has here. Oh yeah, God, that's really weird. Looks like 100% fertile. So it's weird that the first clutch had 50% fertility, but then the second clutch is 100% fertile. She was actually bred to this male here, this beautiful Blizzard corn male right here. Absolutely wonderful. Now the Blizzard is actually an albino type B anery, which is the black corn, but they actually call them charcoal corn. So the charcoal corns are lacking both red pigment and yellow pigment, leaving this kind of beautiful pink snake with no pattern. And then of course this is a sun-kissed version, which just gives a little bit of green hue. I'm going to take this girl out really quick and just see what she has going on here. You can see she's got that egg, but it's way up top here. So there's no way we're going to go in there with a probe and try to get that egg out. What we'll hope is we'll leave her alone. We'll get some water back in with her, and yeah, I can just feel that egg. It's moving around really nice, so that's a good sign. So it's probably not through the oviduct, you know what I mean? So we're going to just try to make sure she gets it down here, because if I start to push it, the oviduct is probably going to fold and I'm not going to be able to get it out. Once she actually pushes it right down here by the vent, I can go with the probe and probably get that egg out. I think that they'll be completely fine. That happens all the time. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at what kind of eggs we have. Oh, and I do see 1 little slugger over here. So when I said it was all fertile, I was lying, but it is 1 little slugger. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8 good eggs from her, and they're a little bit desiccated. So we're going to take a little bit of this moss here, going to put it right on top right here just to kind of have them pop up, and that's good. Again, only a couple more Kluber clutches and we are done for the year with Klubered eggs, but again, Klubers are hatching like mad. I've got a tour in the house. How are you guys? It's so great to meet you guys. Where are you from?
Dashwood, Ontario.
Oh my gosh, okay, awesome. Yeah. Well, good. You didn't cross the border and it wasn't too bad?
No.
Okay, good, excellent. Well, we're going to have a good time. You said you want to see?
Perdita.
Perdita. All right, we're going to do this. All right, let's have a good time, guys. A little lull in the hatching when it comes to Klubers. We only have 1 clutch that is hatched out right now, and it's kind of interesting and a little bit disappointing. Don't get me wrong, I love any snakes that hatch, but this was actually an anery motley possible het scaleless, and it was bred to an anery scaleless. So I was hoping we would get some scaleless aneries, and who knows, maybe even some motley stuff, and unfortunately all we got was a bunch of anery corns right here. We have 1 last egg that's actually due to pip, and I think I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be something awesome in there. But don't get me wrong, anery corns are absolutely beautiful. There's no doubt about that. And the anery is just lacking the red pigment, making it basically a black corn snake. And this was one of the earlier mutations that came out literally back in like the mid-80s. Anery corns popped up, and they've been being bred ever since. So they're relatively common in the pet trade. But let's go ahead and see what's in this last egg. And again, I don't cut a lot of Kluber eggs just because they're so small, it's almost hard to see what's inside of them. So there's no real use in cutting them, to be totally honest with you. But we're going to go ahead and open this one up and just see if there's anything else. No, it looks like just another anery corn snake. Doesn't look like there's anything crazy there. So yep, that's it. Just one clutch of colubrids hatching for today. Again, we have all of these colubrids that are coming up to hatch over the next month, month and a half. So we have lots of babies. We're just in a little bit of a lull right now. And I remember when we were collecting eggs, there was a few days where there was hardly any clutches. And we're like, oh my God, there's not much clutches. Well, obviously when there's not a lot of clutches being laid, there's not going to be a lot of clutches that same time about 2 months later being hatched. So that's it. Oh, we got a little scapy here. Where are you going, buddy? That's it for hatching snakes for the day. Back to egg cutting, guys. This actually is a pastel bred to a fire bee, which is a pastel, a fire, and a spider. So we could get a bunch of super pastel. All that fire and pastel stuff mixes so good together. So let's just jump into these beautiful eggs right here. First egg cutting. Here we go. And what do we have in our first egg? Okay, looks like the first egg, looks like it's probably a fire bee. Definitely a bumblebee, which is a pastel and a spider. Looks really light, so I think it's a fire bee. But until it crawls out, not 100% sure. Let's go ahead and keep going on this next egg. See what we have. Like I said, odds were great to us earlier in the day. Okay, so what we have here is either, this is what's tricky. This is either a super pastel or a firefly. The fire and pastel look very similar to a super pastel. My gut feeling is that this is a firefly. Again, once it comes out, the heads are just a little bit different. We'll be able to know, but definitely looks like we've got a firefly there, I think, which is a fire and a pastel. Egg number 3. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Ooh, this is a pretty one. Okay, so now this one here, I think, is a combination of the super pastel and the fire. So it's what they would call a super fly, which is super pastel fire. Really, really pretty snake there. So that's cool. We're getting some good combinations. So far, odds have been pretty good. Let's see if we have it. I really want to get a super pastel or a killer bee fire for sure. That's the animal I'm really shooting for. Again, it looks like another bumblebee or potentially a firefly, the fire pastel spider. So we'll see when it comes out of the egg. But so far, so good. Still haven't hit the big one, the all-gene animal that I'm hoping to get in this clutch for sure. Let's see what we got. Let's see what it's got. Oh, doggy. Woo-hoo. Guess what, guys? We hit it. We hit the all-gene right there. That is a super pastel spider fire, or what we call a fire killer bee. That was the animal I was looking for, and I tell you what, that is absolutely gorgeous. We've produced these in the past, but it's always good to produce more because they're absolutely gorgeous. Let's see what else we get. Maybe we'll get lucky and get another all-gene egg here. This one looks a little bit dark. This is, I always laugh when this happens because the odds of producing a normal ball python are actually higher than the odds of producing the all-gene animal, and we just hit a normal ball python. So that's always funny. I just have to laugh when that happens. It's still cool because, hey, listen, I like hatching any snake at all, whether it's a normal or a mutation or whatever. They're all absolutely incredible. Okay, we have another firefly for sure. This one's definitely a firefly because I can see the head. The head is not as much super pastel as this firefly. So another firefly, which is a pastel and a fire. And then last egg. Come on, baby. Let's end this day the way I would love to with a big, good animal here. Let's see what we got. Whoop. And, and it doesn't look like we're going to end the day with a really big one. This is just a normal fireball python, so a single gene animal, but still not bad. All in all, pretty good odds today, so I definitely am in a good mood. We'll have a bunch of snakes hatched out when we get back from our Utah trip, so this might be the last egg cutting for the next 5 or 6 days. So for those of you that are getting sick of egg cutting, you'll have a little break for it. When we get back, we'll have a bunch of snakes that have already hatched while we're gone, and then we'll cut some more eggs. So on to the next thing for the day. We have a birthday party going on, just getting started here at the Reptarium, but ironically enough, the mayor of the city called me and asked me if I could come out to like an event they're having at a park that's just about a mile down the street. He said, could you please bring some reptiles? A bunch of kids are going to be there. And hey, listen, you didn't really turn down the mayor, right? So I'm going to pack up some animals, get over there, and it should be a really fun time. So we're here at the park, bunch of tents, bunch of people, you know, not tons of people walking around yet, but there's all these tents. I have no clue where we're supposed to set up, and I don't know how I'd find anyone like the mayor to tell me. So I'm just gonna walk around and see if there's an empty tent, and then I guess I'll post up there. All right, so we just got here, got started. A bunch of people came over, having a great time, just kind of sharing all the animals. So far, I wasn't sure if anyone's gonna even be here, but it's been an absolute pleasure. Okay, all packed up here. Definitely a really good time. Nice relaxing time, just nice to be outside. It is definitely very hot here, but it is time to get back to the reptarium because we're about to open up in about a half hour. Another clutch that actually hatched in the egg hatching cam, the 24-hour cam, live reptile cams, link in the description. If you guys want to see throughout the summer and into the fall animals hatching, you can watch it 24 hours a day. And this was another clutch that hatched out here. It was actually a pastel bred to a woma lesser pinstripe. And this is interesting because when I cut this clutch, sometimes you see different things in the egg. They crawl out, something is different. Of course, ow! This little monkey got me. Oh my gosh, I'm leaking a little bit. What the heck, little dude? So yeah, ball pythons are really tame. They actually normally are, but this one definitely got me right in the cuticle. Regardless, this is a lemon blast, which is a pastel and a pinstripe. Ironically enough, we produced the very first lemon blast, and Lori is the one that named it lemon blast. So whenever you see a lemon blast, now you know the back history of it. So we did get one lemon blast, and then I remember this little one right here, I actually thought was a woma pinstripe in the egg. Well, now that it's hatched out, I realized that it is just a normal pinstripe. It just has some interesting kind of reduction to pattern, and that's kind of what happens sometimes just with the polymorphism. And again, I remember this was just a normal pinstripe. Sure enough, it was a normal pinstripe. So I thought we had a woma pinstripe and a pinstripe. Turns out we had two pinstripes, a lemon blast, but we did hit the all gene animal here, which is actually the pastel woma lesser pinstripe, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is a really cool snake. So these guys are all crawled out of the egg. We'll go ahead and get these guys set up. They'll shed out in about 7 to 10 days. We'll get some food into them, and eventually they'll make it their way to their website. But some of you guys were actually able to watch these come into the world, and what I think is really cool over on the Reptile Live Cams is that everyone names the animals as they're hatching. So it's pretty cool that you guys could actually name them, and I'll do the best I could do to kind of follow along, and if I keep any for sure, I'll keep those names because you guys are absolutely awesome. You ready?
Let's do this.
All right, all right. Let's go ahead and open up at the Reptarium.
Yeah. Work.
Hey guys, hi, come on in guys. Hi guys, how you doing?
Good.
Welcome back. Hi guys, how are ya? Hi, how are ya? Hi, how's it going? Good. Hi, how are ya? Hey, what's going on? How are you?
How you doing?
Ah, good. How you doing? Good. Hi. Things are definitely popping off here at the Reptarium. We've been open for a couple hours now, and we got Nova out here, of course. Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, we got Sweetie out here. What else we got? Hi guys, how's it going guys? How's it going? Hi guys. Alright. Oh, we got Joker out over here. Okay, we got Flaming Hot over here. Oh, you're holding it. Awesome. Look at you. That is so cool. So things are absolutely, it is crazy in here tonight, but we're having a great time. Yeah, you going good?
I'm doing good and staying hydrated.
Stay hydrated. That's a good idea. It's definitely a warm day in here, I'm not gonna lie. It's a steamer, that's for sure. Got Perdita out over here. Hey guys, got Perdita, are you liking her?
Yeah.
Isn't she amazing? Maria, you doing all right over here?
Doing great.
All right, awesome.
Oh, hey!
I'm gonna get a snake.
It's definitely been a crazy good, awesome night. Absolutely amazing. We're winding down. Have about a half hour to go. Still have a lot of people, and to be totally honest with you, definitely summers are going to be crazy here at the Reptarium. I can definitely tell you that, but it's a great time. I hope that you have an amazing day and enjoy today's vlog. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. I love your beautiful faces. Be kind to someone, and I promise I will see you guys tomorrow.